Hello, welcome. So today we're going to be taking a look at r/best of Redditor updates. Now strap in for this one because it's going to be wild and I can guarantee you that. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in listening to today with me, then please do stick around and enjoy. And don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Thank you. I am trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by my birthday in March. I know that might be a little delulu, but we're going to do it anyway, aren't we? Yes. Okie pokey artichokey. This one was shared by Beer Belly Be Gone. A new face that I haven't seen as of yet. And the title says, "Am I the butthole for initiating a divorce while my wife is in the hospital after a car accident?" Hell of a title, isn't it? So of course, Beer Belly is not the original poster. They are the person who compiled this and posted it into the Best of Redditor Updates subreddit. The original poster is Mediocre Blue Jay 55. And we have some trigger warnings for child endangerment, body injuries, car accidents, and death. If any of those things are something you cannot put your mind to today, then I've got loads of other videos. Go and have a crack at them instead. Okie dokie, let's get into the post. Posted March 25th, 2024. My wife had 2 kids before we got married, and they have an actively involved father. We have had 2 children of our own. My wife is a terrible driver, but she refuses to acknowledge this. She has been in multiple accidents and even had her license suspended. Not for a DUI or anything, just because she's a shitty driver. My goodness. How did she even pass? She will do stuff like reach into the back seat to deal with a kid rather than either pull over or let me or one of the older kids deal with it. She got T-boned in August last year because she took her foot off the brake at a red light to pick up my son's soother that had fallen out. She didn't put the car in park. Thankfully, only she was injured. All 4 kids were in the car. That is insane. Oh my goodness. Like, already, how did they ever give her a license back after being suspended? How did they ever give her a license in the first place? I am curious and I would like to know. I have many questions. I have had it. I told her that she is welcome to endanger herself and her kids. I mean, that's a bit harsh for her kids. Herself, yes, but her kids, no, not even them. But that if I am in the car, or if our children are in the car, she will keep her eyes on the road and her hands on the steering wheel. I mean, even still, it shouldn't matter, even if it's only her in the car. She is endangering other people on the road. She's endangering pedestrians walking along the side of the roads on the footpaths. You know, distracted drivers cause a lot more damage than you would initially think. She is finally at the point in her rehab where she can drive again. I reminded her of what I said. I told her that I loved her. I said that her older kids were important to me and that I loved them too. But I told her that if she ever decided to do stupid shit while driving, our relationship would be over and I would make it part of our divorce that she is not allowed to drive with my kids in the car. Again, she should not be allowed to drive, full stop. What the fuck? She started crying and said that she didn't do it on purpose. I'm sorry, love. What are you talking about? I mean, come on. One time doing something silly without really thinking and, you know, causing a bit of an accident. Very bad, but also could just be down to brain fart, human error, okay? This is multiple times this woman has done something that has endangered her family whilst driving and has ended up crashing or doing something like that. Yeah, no. It's almost like she's doing it on purpose at this point. And if she is that stupid, that she keeps doing this stuff and she has no idea she's doing it, I'm sorry, you should just not get in a car. Plain and simple. Because again, she's not just endangering herself and her own family, she's endangering everyone else who uses the road or walks along the side of the road. I asked her how exactly she took her hands off the wheel, took off her seatbelt, took her foot off the brake, and turned around to pick up the soother by accident. Exactly. She said that I'm treating her like an idiot. If the shoe fits, my love, feel free to put it on. I don't think I am. My children have to be safe. Before you ask, I try and do as much of the driving as I possibly can. I have stopped drinking when we go out. I traded in my car that I loved for an SUV so that there is room for all of us. I offered to pay for Uber so she doesn't have to drive if I wasn't available. She actually likes driving. Her ex and her parents are on my side. He also told her that if she ever thinks about endangering his kids, he would either go for full custody or ask that she be barred from driving with his kids in the car. Her parents have threatened to stop helping her pay her stupid high insurance premiums. That's a point I didn't even think of. Like, I don't drive, so I didn't think of the insurance premiums, but yeah, I bet they're through the roof. She thinks we're being unfair because she loves her kids and would never intentionally harm them. Driving like a twat is intentionally harming them. No one's making you take your hands off the wheel, turn around whilst the car is in drive, and fuck about in the back of the car, love. What are you talking about? She just loses concentration when one of the kids needs something and doesn't think to ask for help. Then if you are that easily distractible, you should not be allowed to drive. Simple. Friggin' hell, I feel like I'm going insane already. So we have an update, May 14th, 2024. My wife was involved in a single vehicle accident. She was seriously injured, but thank goodness no one else was in the car with her. I have spoke to her about her driving habits and I warned her. I went to see her in the hospital and then I went to a lawyer. I am also going for full custody with only supervised visitation for her. I am sick to death of her driving habits and I will not wait for her to injure or kill one of our kids with her bullshit. Oh, I so understand, OP, and I also wish you would have done this sooner, I'm not gonna lie, because I'm not being funny. After the first time of her causing an accident and being banned, suspended license, then I would have gone, you are not having our kids in that car again, love. I do feel a little concerned it took this long, I'm not gonna lie. I feel bad for doing this while she is in the hospital and facing charges. Oh God, what kind of accident did she get into? But I can't take any more chances on her. Don't blame you. So, November 19th, 2025, we have another update. I don't know how to link my old posts. Sorry, no worries, we just read them. I will summarize. My ex must have ADHD or something. She would be driving and then decide to look in the back seat on the floor of the car instead of pulling over. She was badly hurt when she took off her seatbelt at a red light to get a soother that my kid had lost rather than pull over and park. I told her if she did it again, I was going to divorce her and take custody. She was in a physical rehab for a while. She then drove into a canal by the mall because she didn't put the car in park when she was getting paperwork from the back seat. That's not just someone being a little bit oopsie, I had a bit of an oopsie. That is an incompetent driver who should not have a friggin' license. After my ex drove her car into a canal, I was done. I still am baffled it took this long. I knew she was going to get my kids injured or worse. Both me and her ex went for full custody of our kids, and part of the divorce settlement in my case was that she was not allowed to drive my children anywhere. Our divorce was rough, and I still loved her. I just couldn't risk my kids. She got a dog. Okay, fair enough. The dash cam her insurance forced her to get showed that the dog was making puke noises in the back seat. She turned around to look at what the dog was doing. She got hit by a semi when she drifted into oncoming traffic. My kids lost their mum. Their older siblings lost their mum. I lost a co-parent I still cared about. Her parents lost a daughter. Honestly, I must say, I feel like the authorities failed here, to be quite fair. I feel like the authorities should never have given her her license back after she drove into a canal. Think of how many more people she could have killed. Think of how many more people she could have taken with her in that accident that took her life. And I don't want that to sound callous because it's extremely sad that, her life was ended abruptly like that. But she could have taken so many others with her. And all it would have taken is for them to go, you know what, you've been in lots of accidents and we've given you lots of chances, you're not having a license back. Do you know what I mean? I feel like there's so many failures here and ways that this could have been stopped. Honestly, I really do. And it's quite concerning. And I'm not, by the way, saying that the OP could have stopped her, because I know that obviously I have said, why did the OP not step in sooner and say, look, you're not taking the kids in the car ever again. But, and I do still believe that, but obviously the woman was a grown woman. She had a license that the government was letting her keep. OP really couldn't tell her she couldn't get in a car. I couldn't forcibly stop her, you know? So, oh my goodness, what an awful situation. So, I feel awful, but a few of you have asked for an update. I think I will be forgetting about this account forever now. I will not reply to any questions. Just felt like the folks that helped me before might want closure. What an awful ending to that. Oh my goodness. So, down in the comments of the Best of Redditor Updates post, Ab Morswan says, I remember the previous Boru. I thought it was funny when it was revealed in the comments that the accident that brought on the divorce was rolling into a canal. It's not so funny anymore. Honestly, it's one of those things where, you know, it's so shocking until obviously the death. It's so shocking that it's like almost the only thing you can do is laugh about how ridiculous it is that she still had a license. So I understand what they're saying there. But yeah, it quickly turned completely horrifying, to be honest. So then Tweet the Birdie says, right, I should have expected this outcome, but it's still horrifying. Precisely. I am baffled. The authorities failed on that one. They should never have let her have the license back. Okay then, next post, posted by Direct Caterpillar 77, titled, Coworker won't stop sulking after I turned down a date. Oh god. So obviously Direct Caterpillar is not the original poster. The original poster is not on the screen for some reason. Maybe they deleted the post or something. Apparently it was originally posted to Ask a Manager. So trigger warning, harassment, hostile workplace. And obviously Direct Caterpillar also is normally really good at putting in the usernames of any posters, so I assume this may have been one where the poster deleted their account or something, so, and you can still see the post and you just can't see who posted it. So originally posted May 6th, 2010. I moved to my current role in late November last year. Many of the other employees have known each other for years and socialised together out of work. In principle, I prefer to keep my work and personal lives separate, but I will go to lunch from time to time and to the yay we met our targets drinks. Totally understand that. I was the same when I used to work in an office. Now and then I'd show my face, but not often. The problem: one of my male colleagues has taken a fancy to me and asked me out. There is no policy against dating your colleagues where I work, just not your direct supervisor, supervisee. However, apart from the fact that I don't care to star in the office gossip mill, I get that. That is why I used to avoid them like the plague. There seems to be what I would consider a lot of oversharing going on. I have spent enough time around him in the last 5 months to know that I am not at all attracted to him. The first time he asked, I had no interest in either him or the show, so declined and told him that I preferred to keep my social life well away from work. Unfortunately, this apparently was not enough, as he asked me out again 2 weeks ago, proffering tickets to a concert the following weekend. This time, I told him that I was sorry if my previous statement had been ambiguous in some way, but I was really not interested in dating him, and not to ask me again. To make matters bad, rather than just a trifle awkward, it appears that 1. This was a crushing blow to his ego, and 2, that he told his confidants at the office what he was planning to do in the expectation that I would be delighted with this offer. I found this out when I was asked on Monday in a nudge and wink fashion about how I'd enjoyed the concert on the weekend. Further, one of his confidants attempted to reproach me for turning him down. I would have told him where to stick his opinion. And it's somewhere where the sun does not be shiny. To which I told her that my personal life was really not her business. However, ever since then, the unwanted admirer has been wandering the office like a huge dark cloud, sighing and glaring and pointedly avoiding talking to me, even when I am the best person to ask a question of. Oh my goodness. So acting like a teenager that's been like told that they can't do something. Frankly, this just convinces me that I was right to not date him. Oh yeah, spot on. And that the office relationships in general should be approached with extreme caution. If he's still behaving like this 2 weeks after I turned down a date, what would he have done if I had dated him and broken it off? However, We still have to work together, and our mutual boss, who has been out on leave, will be back next week and will want to know why he is behaving like this. I realise that the action to which I feel most inclined, whacking him about the head with a file and yelling, "Pull yourself together!" would not help and would probably get me fired. What alternative do you suggest? I mean, I like your idea, OP, but yeah, better not. I have too much fun reading these stories, I swear. You can tell I don't get out much, hey? So we have an update then on December 21st, 2010, 7 months later. Idiot boy and his idiot friend were spoken to by our mutual manager. Idiot boy seemed to cool down a bit and he decided he would speak to me, but not chat. I mean, that's probably the perfect solution, to be fair. He would not ask me what I had done at the weekend, but he would ask me if I was done with the reference materials for the Blenkinsop report. I'm going to assume that you made that up, OP. Or whether I knew who was dealing with our account at the newspaper since our usual contact was on maternity. That kind of thing. Fine with me. Sadly, his idiot friend could not accept this and attempted to corner me in the ladies' toilets, where she said to me that she couldn't understand why you won't just date idiot boy. I mean, gestures vaguely. just all the stuff. And also, corner me in the bathroom and I will act like a feral, cornered raccoon, my love. I unfortunately had been having a rather bad day and countered with, "You don't understand. I will tell you what I don't understand. I don't understand why you think my personal life is your business. I don't understand why you think that nagging at me is going to get idiot boy into my pants. And by God, if I hear one more word about it, I am going to file a formal written complaint against the pair of you." Cue appearance of departmental manager from toilet cubicle in manner of pantomime demon king, numerous meetings with HR, and termination of idiot friend. Idiot boy was spared the axe as he apologised profusely to me. Promised that he was not responsible for me being cornered and would have stopped friend if he knew, so he received a final written warning about his conduct. This was 6 months ago. I accepted a promotion in a new department where my colleagues seemed pleasant enough and unstalkerish. I understand via the grapevine, though, that lessons remain to be learned by idiot boy's other friends. One of them apparently asked a female staff member at the Christmas party what she would do if he put his hands there and there. He clearly wants to get a clip round the ear roll, doesn't he? She cheerfully told him that she would smack his face till his ears rang. He seems to have believed her. Good, good. So the next comment comes courtesy of you/everything is planned, who found this comment from OOP in the comments, apparently. Say comment one more time, Void. I swear to everything. OP provided some more detail in the comments on his sulking behaviour. Oh, good. And here, as requested, is the OP to correct a couple of misconceptions. My original post stated that he told his confidants at the office what he was planning to do in the expectation that I would be delighted with this offer. I found this out when I was asked on the Monday in a nudge and wink fashion how I'd enjoyed the concert on the weekend. Further, one of his confidants attempted to reproach me for turning him down. Note that the use of plural in confidants. Also, though I guess this isn't explicit, the nudger-winker and the reproacher were not the same person. As I thought was pretty clear in the first paragraph of the update, I was fine with my unwanted admirer deciding he would talk to me about business matters only. In fact, that was by far the best solution. What I was not fine with was him wandering around slamming things down, glaring at me, scowling, backing away when I was near as if I smelled bad or might bite, and most egregiously, passing a client document written in a foreign language, not to me, the holder of 2 degrees in that language and currently finishing translation diploma, but to someone else to try and work out via Google. That alone could have got him a disciplinary warning. Nobody ever seems to mention in the advice articles about dating colleagues that it is entirely possible that they will say, "No thanks," and you will have to take it like an adult. Exactly. You know, it's fine to be attracted to someone and be like, "Hey, I'm attracted to you. What do you think to that? Do you fancy it?" And then they say no and you move on with your life and you take it on the chin like a big boy or a big girl because that's what adults do. And that's what professionals do, especially at work. It is okay to be attracted to someone. It is okay to find out if they feel the same. But the minute they say no, I don't feel the same, and I will not ever feel the same, that's where you leave it. You say, okay, no problem, noted, thanks for your time, see you around the office. And then you go about your day, and you go about your day like the big old adult you are, and accept it and move on. Like, acting like that, it was their own fault they got fired. What the hell were they expecting? Come on now. So, down in the comments, RainDog2 said, sometimes at the zoo you can watch primates do some stupid, gross stuff, and someone will tell you it's a mating gesture meant to impress the females. Then you'd think, I'm so glad we've evolved past that. Yeah. But then this sub always has people like Idiot Boy and his friend who do stupid aggressive stuff thinking, this'll convince her to date me, and you realise that we're just still monkeys. And then Night Taro says, case in point, dicks. Never once have I considered sending unsolicited pictures, yet here we are surrounded by dudes who work on bird logic but worse. Trademark. Honestly, it's so true. So true. Okay, so I think that's all we've got time for today. If you made it all the way to the end with me, then I appreciate you very, very much. If you give a little like, subscribe, notifications on, that is your initiation into the Coven of Void. Welcome! Whatever it is you're doing for the day, I hope you have a really good rest of the day. Goodbye.